Welcome to online classes DEO Nalgonda. So dear children, today I am going to teach you about the lesson reading a Jamaican fragment, which is unit 8 in your 10th class textbook. Before getting to the lesson, I would like to teach you about the face sheet. Look at here. This is the face sheet with the title Human Rights. Okay. So here a quotation is given. The quotation goes on like this: all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. This is the quotation. And below this quotation, 3 questions are asked. You are to answer those questions. The first question goes on like this: what does this statement speak about? The first question, what does this statement speak about? So here already you might have seen this quotation, and also I read out this quotation for you. So what quotation is here? All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. So what does this statement speak about? This is the first question. So this quotation speaks about human beings, and it states that all human beings, every individual on this earth, are born free. By birth, every individual has the freedom to live, to speak. That's the meaning of it. And they were all born free and equal. Equality, equally, every individual in this society are equally treated, equally respected, equally allowed to live with dignity and rights. All the individuals in the society should have their self-dignity and respect, and they should have their rights to live on this earth, to live in this society. So all are born free and equal. All are born free and with equality. All are born. All are allowed to enjoy their life on this earth. That's the meaning of the first sentence we can answer. The second, do you agree or disagree to the statement justify? Yes, I can agree here. You should answer that I can agree. If you don't agree also, you will have to explain why. You will have to tell why, what was the reason for not agreeing this one. But if you say agree here, yes, I can agree for this, because all human beings, all individuals are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are allowed, they have the rights to live with self-dignity and respect. They should all be treated equally, one to another. So that's why I can agree with this statement. You can answer. Even if you don't agree also, you will have to answer. You will have to tell the reasons for that. But we definitely feel that every individual should be treated with equality, and they are allowed to live self-dignity and rights. That's why I am saying here I can agree with this statement. Coming to third question, have you ever witnessed any incidents in contrast to the above statement? Tell your class. Yes. If you have ever witnessed any incidents in contrast to the above statement, if you, meaning here, if you observe anybody who are ill-treated by others in the society, who are demeaned, or who are felt inferior to others, such incidents are there, where you, if you found that all human beings are not born free and equal, and no majority of the human beings are not living with the self-dignity or rights. If you found any such sort of incidents in your life, you are supposed to share those incidents with your friends. That is what the third question asked here. Okay, friends, and here for oral discourse, a debate, a topic has been given here. Children should not have equal dignity and rights as adults. Children should not have equal dignity and rights adults. Comparing to adults, Should the children be given equal rights or dignity to live freely in this society or not? This is a debatable question, title given here. Yes, you can share your opinions on this debate title. Okay friends, this is all about face sheet. Coming to this, reading A, Jamaican Fragment. This is the reading A title. This is the important lesson here. This lesson, Jamaican Fragment, actually it's been written by A.L. Hendricks. A.L. Hendricks. A.L. Hendricks is the author of this lesson and he is also the narrator of this lesson. As a protagonist, he narrates his experience he has written in the form of a story here. Of course, it must be the experience of author A.L. Hendricks here. Yes, let us know a few things about A.L. Hendricks. Okay, author Lemuel Hendricks was a Jamaican poet, writer and broadcasting director known as Mickey Hendricks in his broadcasting career. He was born in 1922 in Kingston, Jamaica, to a Jamaican father and a French mother. He was particularly well known for his contributions to the Christian Science Monitor, the Daily Gleaner, and BIM. He also contributed as a columnist and literary critic to the Daily Gleaner. He died in 1992 at the age of 69. Right? So he is the author of this lesson, the story Jamaican Fragment. He is a writer and also he was a broadcasting director, and he was born in 1922 in Kingston, Jamaica, to a Jamaican father and a French mother. Our father belongs to Jamaica and our mother belongs to France, right? And he has been famous for his contributions to the Christian Science Monitor and Daily Gleaner and BIM. And also he has rendered his service as a columnist and literary critic to the Daily Gleaner, and in the year of 1992 he died at the age of 69. I hope you understood well about the author. This is about the author of our lesson Jamaican Fragment. Okay friends? And before getting to the lesson, you should have a glance at glossary. Glossary has been given in your textbook, page number 228. Glossary. So, mean here, hard words. So, you had better know the meanings of hard words. So, please look at your textbook here and see that. Let us know the meanings of the hard words here. And not only the meaning here, the parts of speech of hard words are also given here. The first word, be flanked, which means to have something on one or both sides. Next word, sturdy, which means strong and healthy. Next, hassle, which means reddish, greenish, brown. Next word, at once beck and call. It is an idiom which means be ready to do what someone asks. Divine, find out something by guessing. Imperiously, haughtily, with superiority, that means. Shuffle, walked by dragging one's feet slowly along. Bidding, ordering. Stride, to walk with long steps. Abjectly, completely without pride. Impute, claim that someone has done something unjustly. Okay, children, these are the meanings of the hard words. You had better keep meanings of these hard words in your mind because they are very much helpful to understand the lesson. Okay, and next I would like to get into the lesson Jamaican fragment. The very title of the lesson is Jamaican fragments. So what does it mean? Jamaican. Jamaican is a word. It states that a person belonging to a country, Jamaica, is called Jamaican. For example, I am an Indian. If I say that I am an Indian, meaning what? I am the person belongs to India. Likewise, Jamaican in the sense is a person belongs to the country Jamaica. That's why he is called Jamaican. Is it clear? I hope it is very clear. And next, the another word fragment. What does it mean? Fragment is a pot. It's a pot of a, it is a pot of a something. It may be an area. It may be an area. Jamaican fragment means here it may be an area, a part of Jamaica. Right? Yes. And also you are better know about Jamaica here. What is Jamaica? Where is Jamaica? Is an island which is away from Cuba in the world map. If you look at the world map, you can realize that. And actually, once the Jamaica was under British rule, as you all know that. Once our India was also under the British rule. Do you know that? Yes. After 100 years, more than 200 years, nearly 200 years, we Indians were under the British rule. Later in 1947, our India has become independent country. Then we got independence in that year 1947, August 15th on, right? So likewise here, Jamaica also, Jamaicans also, the people of Jamaica were also under the British rule. Yes, after, that is in 1962, Jamaica became independent country. Why? You should know about this Jamaica. That's what I am telling you here. In 1962, it has become a freedom of country at the time. Okay, earlier it was under the rule of Britishers there. So this is linked up with your lesson here because it is a people, various kind of Africans and other people belonging to. Actually, this Jamaica island is Atlantic Ocean and it is a Caribbean Sea. It is in Caribbean Sea. Caribbean Sea here, Caribbean literature, Caribbean culture, generally we see in Jamaica. So likewise, Jamaica fragment in the sense, it is belonging to a Jamaica, a person and his fragment, a part of Jamaica. In that part of Jamaica, in that area, what had happened? So that is we are going to learn about this in this lesson. So friends, first I'll read the lesson and I'll explain you, right, later. So, every day I walk off-mile from my home to the tramcar lines in the morning and from the lines to my home in the evening. The walk is pleasant. The road on either side is flanked by red and green roofed bungalows, green lawns and gardens. The exercise is good for me and now and then I learn something from a little incident. So this is what? Here, the narrator of the story, see here, the author of the story, he explains to us that every day he used to walk a half-mile distance from his home to the tramcar lines. Tramcar, what is a tramcar here? It's a tramcar. It's a means of transport. A means of transport. Tramcar meaning a means of a transport. So in this lesson, author used to walk a half-mile distance from his home to tramcar lines in the morning and as well as in the evening also. Okay, and also he says that that is a pleasant walk for him. So he used to enjoy that walk. And in his walking, what he had observed, The road on either side is flanked by red and green roofed bungalows. Flanked, already we knew that. Both the sides, the road is both the sides, flanked in the sense of both sides. So, both sides here, both sides, either side of the road, that is with full of green roofed bungalows and green lawns and gardens. That's what, a beautiful scenery that he had enjoyed in his walking at the time. That's what he says. And also, he says that the walking is a good exercise for his health. So that's the reason here, every morning and evening, he would walk a half-mile distance. Where to where? From home to railway track, in the tram car line, on the tram car lines at the time. So, in his walking, and also he says that he had learned something from a little incident. He had observed a little incident, and what is that incident that he had observed is explained to us. One morning, about halfway between my front gate and the tram track, I noticed two little boys playing in the garden of the more modest cottages. So in his walking, one fine morning, that he had noticed that he had seen two boys were playing there between his front gate and the tram track. Two boys were playing there. And those two little boys, they are playing simply, there is a garden and amidst the modern cottages, both the boys were playing there. And they were both very little boys, one was 4 years old, perhaps the other 5. So here the author guessed that those two boys, one boy is 5 years old and other may be 4 years likewise. One boy is like 4 years and other may be 5 years old. That's what the other guessed here. Okay, so those boys were playing there. And the bigger of the two was a sturdy youngster, very dark, with a mat of coarse hair on his head and coal black eyes. So here the author explains, he is saying that the physical appearance of two boys here. So the bigger one, so between those two boys, the bigger one is looking as a sturdy youngster. Sturdy meaning here he is looking somewhat rough personality and a strong personality likewise. He says here, sturdy, he was looking like a sturdy youngster, very dark. Dark in the sense he might be a black boy. In his complexion, in his color, he is a black boy. And with a mat of coarse hair on his head. Coarse hair, it's very thick. Coarse in the sense of very thick hair he had. So that is what about, and also he has a coal black eyes. So black eyes are also looking in a black color and he is looking so calm in his looks. That's what author says to us. And he was definitely a little Jamaican, a strong little Jamaican. And also he feels that that little boy, black little boy, definitely a little Jamaican. He belongs to the country Jamaica. That's what he wants to say. And the other little fellow was smaller but also sturdy. He was white with hazel eyes and light brown hair. Other boy, he is a little black boy actually, and other boy is also sturdy and he is a white boy actually. He is a white boy. He is a white boy. He is white in his colored complexion. In his complexion, he is a white boy. And he has a hazel eyes. It's a very cool and beautiful eyes. And a light brown hair. This other boy he has a light brown color hair. Okay, and this is about their physical appearance he's been telling us. Both were dressed in blue shirts and khaki pants. And what they wore? Both were dressed in their shirts or in a blue color and pants, khaki colored pants they wore. So this is their dressing style. They wore no shoes and their feet were muddy. So they don't wear, they're not having any shoes to their feet. That's why they are looking muddy, full of stains. Their feet are with full of stains, mud-like material, stains or seen on their feet. They were not conscious of my standing there, watching them they played on. And here author says to us that, narrator says to us that, they were not conscious of his standing there watching them. Actually, he is watching here. From here, the narrator from here is watching these two boys. But boys are not aware of, they were not conscious in the sense they are not aware of a narrator. Means they even don't observe that a person has been observing them standing away from them. So that's why they are not aware of they are not aware of the narrator, and also they did not guess, they did not observe, they did not notice that he was watching them, right? So simply they played on. They are being very busy in their playing. So the game, if it could be called a game, was not elaborate. Simply they were not, that's not a complete game in his opinion, he says here that, but they were playing a game there. The little white boy strode imperiously up and down, and every now and then shouted imperiously at his bigger playmate. What is that game going on there? The little white boy strode imperiously, just he was walking with a grace, and with a grace and dignity, and with a superiority. In his appearance, he is focusing his superiority and dignity in walking like this. With the dignity that he has been walking, and every now and then he was also shouting imperiously. With superiority, he was shouting at his bigger playmate. The other playmate is there, no black boy, he was shouting at that black boy. The little brown boy or black boy shuffled along quietly behind him and did what he was told. The other boy, the little black boy, simply was walking quietly without making any noise, without questioning anything. Just he was walking behind him, and he was accepting whatever was told by this little white boy. Okay, so pick up that stick. The dog boy picked it up. Jump into the flowers. The dog boy jumped. Simply the little white boy was ordering. He was giving his orders. What is the order that he has given here? Pick up the stick, just he ordered. The little white boy ordered the little black boy here. So immediately his order was implemented by this little black boy. And he picked the stick up. And next, jump into the flowers. Again he asked. So as he was ordered, again he ordered. As he was ordered by the little white boy there, again he jumped into the flowers. Get me some water. The dog boy ran inside. The white boy sat down on the lawn. Again the little white boy ordered him to get him some water. So at the very order of this little white boy, this boy, dog boy, little black boy, immediately ran inside the house, and at the time the white boy was sitting down on the lawn. Okay, so this was going on there between those two boys, what the narrator or the observer had observed here, this he has been telling with us. Next, I was amazed. Here before my eyes, a white baby, for they were little more than babies, was imposing his will upon a little black boy. So he was, author says to us that he was amazed, meaning he was surprised. He was surprised. He was shocked. Why? Here before his eyes a white baby, for they were little more than, actually they were little more than babies. They are infants, in fact, to say that. But why that little white boy was imposing his will upon a little black boy? Means whatever he wishes, whatever he wants, whatever his will, he is fulfilling his will by commanding the little black boy. So that is what happening there, because simply he is giving away the orders to the little black boy here, and little black boy is accepting everything what he is ordering and all. So why this is happening here? This made the other surprised. Okay, and the little black boy submitted whatever he orders, whatever the little white boy orders, the little black boy submits. That is what going on here. I puzzled within myself as I went on the road, and also other says here, also narrator says here, he was puzzled within himself. He himself puzzled, he himself surprised, and after that he went on the road. And a few questions he asked in his mind, a few questions he asked to his heart. What are those questions he asked? Could it be that the little dog boy was the son of a servant in the home and therefore had to do the white boy's bidding? Could it be that the little dog boy might be the son of a servant in the white boy's house? Will it be the reason to accept the white boy's bidding? Bidding in the sense orders. Bidding in the sense order. So, is it the reason as the little black boy was the son of the servant of white boy's house, will it be the reason, might it be the reason to accept the white boy's bidding here, white boy's orders here? That is his doubt. And no, they were obviously dressed alike. The little dog boy was of equal class with his playmate. Again, other has got doubt in his mind there. No, it can't be. What can't be here? No, he may not be the son of a servant at a white boy's house. What made him think so? Simply, he had observed here, they were obviously, clearly, they dressed alike. Alike in the sense here, alike in the sense, alike means same. So both the boys were dressed alike, means that they are in same outfit. They are in same outfit. They are in same dress. And the little dog boy was of equal class with his playmate. And also he seems to have been in equal class with his playmate. He is also looking equal with the white little boy. No, they were playmates. The little dog boy was a neighbor's child. And also he is guessing that the little dog boy was a neighbor's child. Yes, he might be a neighbor's child, I think. That's what he thought. I was sure of that. And also he assures himself that definitely the little black boy maybe belonging to his neighbor, he might be neighbor's child. That's what he thinks. Then how was it that he obeyed so faithfully the white boy's orders? Yes, if the little black boy belongs to neighbor's family, then why should he accept the orders given by the little white boy here? Again, a doubt aroused in his mind, other's mind. That's what he questions here. So these are his doubts. And was it that even as a boy he sensed that in his own country he would be at the white man's beck and call? So here beck and call, an idiom. Already you know the meaning of that beck and call idiom here. You learn already. Be ready to what someone asks. If someone asks you something, if someone orders you, so immediately you will be ready to accept their orders. That is meaning of beck and call. You are at the beck and call somebody. Meaning here you are ready to accept the orders given by others. So here the little dark boy was at the beck and call of a little white boy. So he is accepting the orders given by this little white boy here. So again he is questioning himself. Being a little boy, the dark boy, the black boy, did he sense that in his own country he would be at the white man's beck and call? Did he sense already, being a small boy, being a little boy also, did he sense that he should be always at the beck and call of white people in his society? Always he should accept the orders given by the white people in his country. What made him to behave like this? What made the boys to behave like this? He is thinking. Could he at his age divine a difference between himself and the white boy? Even at this very tender age also, did the dark boy, black boy, sense or guess the divine a difference between himself and the white boy? Definitely there will be a difference between white boy and myself. Did he think so? Did the black boy think that there will be a difference between white and black, the white and the black in this country? There is a discrimination between the white and the black in this country. Did he guess so? Did he observe? Might have been observed or guessed it. What might have made him to think in such a manner? That's what here he was. Author was observer was. Who was the observer here? Observer was the author, narrator of this story. So these questions he is imposing, he is questioning himself, right? And did the little white youngster, so young, such a baby, realize that he would grow to dominate the black man? And being a very little boy, being a white boy, did that white boy sense that being a white, he can command over a black boy? Being a white, he can show his superiority over a black boy? Did he sense likewise? Did he think likewise? And was there an indefinable quality in the white man that enabled his baby, smaller and younger than his playmate? Though even white boy a little bit smaller than black boy also, was there any indefinable quality? Did he think like that there may be an indefinable quality in his personality as he was born white? Did he think like that as he was born white he can command over black boy here? He can order black boy for anything here? So likewise here, he was questioning, author was with full of doubts. The very sight of a play which was going on between two boys here, the little white boy and the black white boy, these many questions came to his mind, came to author's mind, came to narrator's mind, came to observer's mind here, right? And this thing made him his life. This sort of idea means being a black boy, yes, I am the black boy here, so I should accept orders given by the white boy here. That sort of thinking, that sort of thought process, a feeling might have driven this black boy to accept everything, every order given by the little white boy. And being a white boy, I am superior to this black boy. With that sense of mind, with that sort of thought process, even white boy may be behaving likewise. So like this he is thinking. When he imposed these many questions, when these many questions came into his mind, and at last here author, narrator, observer of this lesson thinks that he could not find any answer. He could not find any answer. To all those questions, he could not find any answers, he says. I could not bring myself to believe such a thing, and yet with my own eyes I had seen a little dog boy take orders from a little white boy. And also he says that even he could not bring himself, he could not bear the situation. What is the situation here? Simply the little white boy was simply giving orders to the little black boy. But little black boy went on accepting every order given by the little white boy here. Almost he is working like a slave there. Almost he is working like a servant to this little white boy. A little white boy obviously is social equivalent, younger and smaller. Actually, comparing to social status here, little white boy social status seems to be very equal to this little black boy also here. There is no difference at all actually. But why these boys are behaving so? Why these boys have been playing this sort of play here? Why one boy is bossing the other boy? Why one boy is commanding the other boy here, giving his orders? This is what author of this lesson is saying with us. Were we as a race really inferior? And a question again, one more question. He asked himself, were we as a race really inferior? As a race, meaning here, the author of this lesson also belongs to black. He is a black race. So that's why here, were we as a race, as we belong to black race, were we thinking inferior? Were we inferior to the white? The sort of feeling might be there in the mind, must be there in the mind. That's what he is questioning himself there. So inferior that even in our infancy we realize our deficiencies. How much inferior we are to feel even in infancy. Here two boys being children, very little children also, they are expressing their racial discrimination here. One boy is white and another boy is black in color. But one boy is bossing, one boy is playing like a boss to the other boy is almost playing like, he is almost acting like, behaving like a servant to the white boy. This sort of social discrimination, you know what is this? This is a racial discrimination is being observed in that Jamaican society here. You know, coming to our India also, it is unfortunate to say that some caste discrimination is here. Caste discrimination exists in our India. Generally, we experience such sort of things in certain areas. So, by caste, people are divided or somewhere. It's not like that nowadays, of course, it is somewhat good, but earlier days, there was a lot of caste discrimination had been observed in our Indian society also. Likewise, in Jamaica, in country Jamaica, racial discrimination is there that has been portrayed by these two boys play. That is what here author is questioning himself. Being a man of black, he himself thinking like that, this sort of inferiority already is it existed in our minds? So that might have made the black boy to accept the orders given by the little white boy here. That's what he's been thinking here. And also, so inferior that even in our infancy we realized our deficiencies. Even in our infancy, even being a little children also, where we realized about our deficiencies, about our feelings, inferiority and something like that, and accepted a position as a white man's servant. And we automatically, did we accept the white man's servant? Are we the servants to the white people? The very thought of this, black people are servants and the white people are bosses, like that, this sort of feeling already is there in our mind. Then why these little boys were behaving likewise? He himself thought likewise. For a whole day I puzzled over this problem. For a whole day my faith in my people was shaken. When I passed by that afternoon, the little boys were not there. That evening I thought deeply on the subject. So again, when he paused in the afternoon time, the little boys were not there. And whole night he was puzzled and surprised and shocked, and he went on thinking the other. The next morning the boys were there again, and the man was standing at the gate watching them. I stopped and looked just to see what the white boy was making his little servant do. To my utter astonishment, the little dog boy was striding imperiously up and down the lawn, while the white youngster walked abjectly behind him. See that. Next morning again, as usual, when he was on his walk, he had seen that again the two little boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were there. But this time the scene was the playing, the boys were two boys were completely changed. Now, the little dog boy was acting like a boss, and the little white boy was acting like a servant. This was, the scene was, it was changed. By looking at these two boys' behavior now, by looking at these two boys' game now, the author was surprised and shocked. Now this time the little dog boy was striding, he was walking impure as with superiority, the little dog boy was walking. Earlier the white boy used to be walking with superiority, with dignity. But this time the little dark boy was walking with a self-dignity and with superiority. Alright? And he is also walking with imperiously up and down the lawn. And now the white youngster walked abjectly behind him. The white youngster now walking behind him in a submissive manner, actually in an accepting manner, like a servant. Okay, get me a banana. The little boy ran into the house and reappeared surely with a banana there. So here now this time the dark boy, the little black boy, ordered the white. What he ordered? What he ordered the white little boy here? Get me a banana, he asked. So immediately, at the order of a little white boy, the dark boy ran into the house, and in a few seconds, he reappeared shortly with a banana in his hand. And again, the white boy ordered him, peel it for me. Yes, at the very order of a white boy, again this fellow has peeled that banana and handed over to him. Okay, to his dark master. Now, little dark boy was acting like master, boss. He is bossing over little white boy. Their roles were exchanged. Their roles were completely changed, right? I saw it now. I was indeed a game. Sorry here. I saw it now. It was indeed a game I had played as a child. Yes. Now he guessed, when he found that the roles of two boys were changed, he found that, yes, these two boys were playing a game. Earlier he did not guess that these boys were playing a game. He thought, that's why those many questions came into his mind. But next morning when he had observed the change of their roles, these two boys' roles, where the white boy started playing like a servant, where the dark boy started doing his business, bossism over a little boy here. So now author just remembered his childhood days. Yes, even in my childhood days also I used to play this thing as a game. Yes, these two boys must also be playing the same game. That's what author thought in his mind. Each boy took it in a turn every alternate day to be the boss, the other the slave. Each boy taking turns. One day the white boy is acting like a boss and the dark boy like a slave. And the next day the dark boy acts like a boss and the white acts like a servant. So likewise they are taking turns. Right? It had been great fun to me as a youngster. I smiled as I remembered. I looked at the man standing by the gate. He was a white man. I remember what I had thought as to die. He, no doubt, I thought to myself, was wondering if the black race is superior to the white. I laughed gently to myself. How silly grown-ups are. How clever we are. How wonderfully able we are to impute deep motives to childish actions. This man, I said to myself, will puzzle all day on whether the blacks will eventually rise and rule the world because he thinks he is a little black boy realizing at a tender age his superiority over the white. I will save him from his puzzle. I will explain it to him. I went across to him. So now at this time what he had observed, again as these two boys were playing there, he saw author, the narrator of the story, saw a man who was standing at the gate. He was keenly observing these two boys. By looking at that man, when the author found that the man is a white man standing nearby the gate there. He was observing these two boys play here. And when the author had observed that man had been observing these two boys play, he immediately remembered what he had thought yesterday by looking at the very play of these two boys. Yesterday he did not think that was a play. He was shocked. That is the reason so many questions, so many doubts has come into his mind yesterday. So likewise, when he had observed that again there a white man standing there, he was standing there, and also he has also been observing these two boys here. Definitely the white man, also being a white man, he also must be thinking somewhere in his mind, no? That's what author was thinking. And no doubt I thought to myself, was wondering if the black race is superior to the white. And now what is the play going on between these two boys here? Now the black boy was acting like a boss. He is a boy of superiority, and where the white boy is acting almost like a servant. By looking at this scene, definitely the white man who was standing nearby that gate and watching these two boys here, definitely he must be thinking like that, black race is superior to the white. Black race, in this society, black race, black boys, black people are superior to the white people, because the black boy is dominating now. The black boy is commanding the white boy here. The black boy was giving orders to the white boy here. By looking at this scene, definitely the white man must be thinking like that, black race is superior to the white race. Black people are superior to the white people. Yesterday roles were different. Yesterday white boy was acting like boss. No, at that time author thought that white people are superior to the black people, and these boys were also realized the superiority of the white and inferiority of the black people. Likewise, they must be playing this, they must be behaving like this, he thought. But now the scene was reversed. Completely it was changed, you know. So another man, white man, who was standing there nearby gate, has been observing these two boys. Now the roles of the boys have been completely changed, you know. So likewise here, dark boy, black boy is almost acting like boss here, and where the white boy is almost playing like a servant, no. By looking at this thing, definitely the white man must be thinking like that, black people are superior to the white people, definitely he must be thinking. That is what observer, narrator of the story thinks in his mind. So immediately by looking at this situation, the author laughed gently to himself. He laughed gently to himself. Why? Definitely he guessed that the white man must be thinking in such a manner. This made him laugh, right? And if the black how silly grown-ups are, how clever we are, how wonderfully able we are to impute deep motives to childish actions. Yes, we are elders, or we are grown-ups, are really how silly we are really, because we misinterpret the feelings of the children here. By looking at the children yesterday, I thought something, and today the white man also must be thinking otherwise. But children are making us here the author feels that there was a misinterpretation. Misinterpretation is there, because he understood something there yesterday, but nowadays today as they were playing here, white man's thought process is different from the author's thought process now, because the boys were changed their roles here. So we are grown-ups are very silly people, and we generally misinterpret boys' actions. That's what he feels. And I said to myself, he'll puzzle all day on whether the blacks will eventually rise and rule the world, because he thinks he is a little black boy realizing at a tender age his superiority over the white. And also here, definitely the white man who was standing nearby the gate must be thinking like that. Now the black race is superior to the white here. That black boy definitely must have been realized that black are superior to the white. That's what he is thinking. I will save him from his puzzle. So definitely he also must be surprising. So he also might have been puzzled. So definitely I am going to clear his doubts and all like that. So definitely I am going to tell something to the white man, observer, narrator of the story here thinks in his mind, and he wants to clarify the doubts. Just he imagined himself what the white man was thinking also, he imagined himself that. By looking at the scene of the boys, definitely he must be thinking so and so things. Definitely he must be thinking the black race is superior to the white boy, because black boy is acting like a boss here, white boy is acting like a servant here. By looking at this scene of the two boys, definitely he must be thinking in such a manner, but it is not happening. It is simply a game is going on between these two boys. That's what he knew, no? As he had observed earlier, and now he also he's been observing, he knows the difference. That's why he wanted to solve the doubts of, he wanted to clarify the doubts of a white man who was standing there and watching them. I will explain to him, and I went across to him. So as the observer wanted to explain the doubts of the white man here, he went across to the white man here. I know what you are thinking, I said. You are thinking that maybe the black race is superior to the white because you just saw the little dog boy on the lawn ordering the little white boy around. After approaching that white man, our observer, the narrator of the story here, he says that, sir, I know that what you are thinking in your mind. Definitely you must be thinking like that. Black race is superior to the white race. Definitely, just now you had already seen the black boy is almost acting like a boss, whereas white little boy is accepting every order given by the black boy here. So in your mind, definitely you must be shocking looking at these two boys play here actually. So you just saw the little dark youngster on the lawn ordering the little white boy around. All the while the little white boy is ordering the little dark boy is ordering the white boy here to accept his orders and all. Definitely you must be thinking like that black race is superior to the white race in the society. Don't think that. It's a game they play. Sir, don't think that. It's a mere, it's a game, that's all. It's a game they play here. It's a game they are playing here. So don't think likewise. Your thought process is not correct. It is wrong, sir. Your way of thinking is wrong. So they are simply playing. It's a game, sir. As if the white man doesn't know anything about this. So here the observer, narrator of the story, author of the story is telling to this white man. Alternate days, one is the boss, the other the servant. Sir, these two boys were playing, sir, actually. They play that. Alternate days, one of the boys is a boss and the other slave. Likewise, they would exchange their roles also, sir. Like that he said. It's a grand game. The boys play here, sir. I used to play it and maybe so did you. Yesterday I saw the little white boy bossing the dog one and I worried all day over the dog boy's realization of his inferiority sowing in life. Sir, yesterday also I observed these two boys. They were playing, sir, but yesterday their roles were different. Yesterday the white boy acted like boss and dog boy acted like a servant. That time when I had observed these two boys, I thought that the white race is, white people are superior to the black people here in the society. But nowadays, today, they were completely, they changed their roles, sir. Now the dark boy, black boy is acting like boss. Definitely you must be thinking like that. Black people are superior to the white people. So like that they exchanged their roles, sir. So I worried all day over the dark boy's realization of his inferiority showing in life. Being a very little boys here also, why these boys are having that sort of thinking in their minds? Likewise, I worried a lot, sir, yesterday. Likewise, observer, narrator was explaining to the white man here. We are silly, we grown-ups, sir, aren't we? Sir, we are grown-ups. We are very silly, sir, in our thinking. Aren't we, sir? We are very silly in our thought process. We generally, we will misinterpret the boy's actions here. Aren't we, sir? Likewise here, the narrator of the story asked the white man there. The man was surprised at my outburst. He looked at me, smiling. I know all about the game, he said. The boy said, brothers, my sons. So as the author went on explaining about the boys, what was going on there between them here. And as he explained that the boys were simply playing a game there. The man was looked at, the white man, all the time, just he listened peacefully, and after that, just he looked at the author of this lesson, and he simply said, I know all about the game, sir. I know all about the game which was being played by these two boys here. The boys are brothers. And not only their brothers, sir, they are my sons. That's what here the white man, the Englishman, the white man, told the author of this lesson. He pointed to a handsome brown woman on the veranda who had just come out to call in the children. That's my wife, he said. And also, meanwhile, what happened that a woman came onto the veranda by pointing towards that woman. See, sir, look at that woman, sir, she is my wife. Also, the white man told. That means the woman, she is with a brown complexion, she is in brown color, the woman. So looking at that, pointing at that pointing at that brown woman, the Englishman told the author, sir, she is the woman standing on the veranda, no sir, she is my wife and these are my two children, sir, my sons, sir, like that he told. That's, he said, the white man said. So I smiled, my spirit laughed within me that. So simply the author smiled, and also he says that his spirit laughed within him. He laughed to his heart. And this is Jamaica. I said in my heart, this is my country, my people. I looked at the white man, he smiled at me. Well, we will miss the tram if we don't hurry, he said. So simply the author smiled, and his spirit laughed within him. He laughed to his heart. And this is Jamaica, my country. And this is my country, my people, he said to his heart. He said to himself, to his heart, and saying these words to his heart, he looked at the white man, and white man also smiled looking at this author of the lesson. And the white man said, we will miss the tram if we don't hurry, he said. Sir, if we don't hurry, we will miss the tram. Likewise, the white man said to this author of this lesson. So is it clear? Friends, I hope that you all understood well, dear children. So this is the lesson reading a Jamaican fragment. I hope you all understood well. So this is your Chittaluri Satyanarayana working at Telangana State Model School, Dindi. Thank you, one and all. Have a nice day.